Let's start with that particular topic, if we can, JJ. I want to talk to you about some telly and stuff in a minute, but the Netflix Spotify story has reared its ugly head. I mean, Meghan's a bit of a setback. I mean, Spotify cancelled her contract. Archetypes, her podcast, clearly not doing the business that Spotify had hoped. And we also hear it's being reported that they don't feel that she and Harry were productive enough, so they're not going to give her the full $20 million deal that they thought they'd sealed. And also we hear Netflix are not that thrilled either. So, I mean, you know, you're a supporter of Harry and Meghan. You know, you think I'm against them. I'm not. You are? Well, yeah, I am. No, I think I'm representative of what a lot of people in this country feel about. I just find them irritating.
Yeah.
You know, I take them on a story-by-story basis, and every story is irritating. But this isn't about who supports them and who doesn't. This is why do you think this has happened? Why have
I think it's down to money. I think it's down to cash. Because Archetypes, when it was released, and it wasn't a Harry and Meghan thing, it was a Meghan thing,
yes,
right?
Yes, that's true, yeah.
Archetypes was super successful. In terms of listenership, it broke all the records. It knocked off...
That was the first one, yeah.
The first one, yeah. It knocked off Joe Rogan, #1 around the world. People... It got mixed reviews, but there was definitely an audience for it. But money-wise, I don't think Spotify were making enough money off it. I listened to every episode of the podcast. I thought they were pretty good, to be honest. I thought it was quite revealing in parts. But I don't recall Meghan ever doing... You know, when you listen to a podcast and there's that corny part where the host says, and have you guys been struggling to sleep lately? Well, I've got some tablets I've been taking and blah, blah. You can get them for this code and use the code Archetypes1 for your own discount code or whatever. I don't recall her doing those kind of adverts on the show. So I don't know how they were really making money. It wasn't a subscription. You didn't have to pay extra to listen to her podcast like other podcasts do. And then the guy who's in charge of Spotify recently said that he had over-egged it, basically, and had paid a lot of people, not just Meghan, he paid a lot of big names money to do podcasts, and he wasn't getting back enough money in. And they've sacked like 200 people or something recently.
Their Spotify are in financial difficulty.
Yeah.
They're laying staff off. I'm not sure. I think it's a Spotify podcast, but in fairness to Meghan, she's not the only high-profile victim of these cutbacks. The Obamas, Barack Obama's CD podcast has been cancelled.
Yeah, I found that pretty boring, to be honest. I did find that one boring. That one can get in the bin. And it's funny because the comments some people are making now about Meghan Markle is, oh, well, apparently she's very difficult to work with. She was too much of a diva. Well, this is exactly what her podcast was about. Women being stereotyped and labelled.
Hi, I'm Meghan, and I'm really difficult to work with. Here's why.
Women being called divas and all these negative things. That was what it was all about. And now it's come full circle and people are now saying the same thing that she was... but that she made her podcast about.
What do you think the future is for Harry and Meghan, though? Because, you know, the playing field has changed. The ballpark is different from when they started. Obviously, they could sign deals left, right and centre when they started because of the novelty value, Netflix, Spotify. Spotify reality has come knocking on the door. That's gone west. Netflix, they're a bit worried as well. I mean, the point about Harry and Meghan is people always want to listen to them talking about the royal family. But the question is do we want to listen to them talking about anything else? Some people say no. I mean, do you think that is a problem?
I think that may be a problem for them, yeah. And they could do what the Obamas did, which was very clever. Rather than the Obamas making stuff about themselves, they just produced one of their films they did for Netflix was about a factory in middle America where they had loads of Chinese workers come and work there and whatever.
Yeah.
Just become a producer. Behind the scenes, the money man, people are bringing in the sponsorship, do that, and don't put yourself front and centre. Because if you put yourself front and centre and your name is all over it, it's you that's going to be written about and take the fall when these things go badly. Because as you say, lots of people from Spotify have lost their podcasts, but it's Meghan and Harry that we're talking about because people love to hate them.
But they're going to have to, I mean, I don't know what's happening behind closed doors at their Montecito mansion, but... they should be trying to work out where they go from here, what they do next, because they do seem to have hit some sort of crossroads.
I think Harry should focus more now on the Invictus Games. Make that into an even bigger brand. He's got some film documentary that's coming out about that as well anyway, but maybe make it into a reality show where they follow the lives of some of the competitors, and it's, you know, like a kind of how it was for the Osbournes in their original reality TV show. You get to meet this veteran and his family and what this person went through, etc., how the war affected them. And with that'd be great, because you're shedding a light on an important issue and you're helping the veterans, and it's not Harry front and centre. Maybe he just narrates it.
And what did you make another Harry story? It's front page of the Sun today, if I can find it. I always do this. It's very technical. Other people sort of put them into the machine and everything. I do this. There you go. So it's Harry's £1 million wine, and you pay for it. So this is about his various court cases, particularly the one in the High Court last week, but also his case against the Home Office, saying that he wants protection when he comes here from the police and all that. So he's got multiple lawsuits going on. And the Sun, to its credit, has got a Freedom of Information request in. And the public purse side of this is costing £1 million. It's costing taxpayers £1 million. And I say, it's Harry's right to launch all of these lawsuits, of course. In the end, he's basically a private citizen. Doesn't like that, but he is. But there's something uncomfortable about the fact this is costing so much. It seems like a privileged prince costing us a load of money just to pursue his own hobby horses. Yeah,
you could see it that way, or you could see it as, but he, as you say, he's got every right to pursue it, and we're spending more than £1 million on the rest of the royals.
Yeah, and also, good story, isn't it?
It's a great story.
We did enjoy it when he was in court.
How much did Boris Johnson cost the country?
Well, I was going to ask you about this. I said earlier. So, listen, I'll do this technically again. Hang on, where's the technical side of things? Trying to find the Daily Mail here. Can't find it. This must be it. Yeah, here we are. Right, there it is. Well, there's Boris. The new Mail column. Right, we're going to get the column now.
Good grief.
Going to get there. It is. There's the column.
The wonder drug I hoped would stop my 11:30 p.m.
Look, I mean, can it look any more boring? My God, that is a boring-looking page.
I cannot believe it. So,
Daily Mail, get a picture on it. Right, here we go. Is this, as you say, JJ? This is the headline. Try not to fall asleep while I read it out. The wonder drug I hoped would stop my 11:30 p.m. fridge raids for cheddar and chorizo didn't work for me, but I still believe it could change the lives of millions. Wow.
I cannot believe it. They hype that up so much.
That's really worth £1 million a year.
Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Actually, that brings me on to a nice question for you, Kevin. So one of our viewers, this woman called Ams, she's a big fan of yours on Twitter. Right. She said that she would vote for me. So she'd vote for Labour if I was the leader of the Labour Party. And then another viewer called Richard Holland said, I reckon your boyfriend, TV Kev, would even vote for you. So, would you vote for Labour if I was the leader?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
I would.
Can we get that capped up and put on social media, please? Thank you.
I would. But that's because you're not a politician now.
Oh, right.
You'd become a politician, then I probably wouldn't want to vote for you. But, that's a cross-party situation. I wouldn't want to vote for anyone who's a politician, basically. I mean, what a mess at the moment. But that column...
That's ridiculous.
I mean, I presumed it's a strategy. I mean, you saw his... Did you see his promo video?
Yeah.
I might have to write about politics, but I'll try to avoid it. Why? That's what we want you to write about.
I thought the column was going to be some scathing attack again and some inside secrets, something about Liz Truss and Sunak and Sajid Javid. It's about his eating habits.
It was just breathtakingly boring. The dullest dirge in Fleet Street history. £1 million a year. Daily Mail, get your money back.
Absolutely.
No, I think, to be fair to them, it's a tactic, isn't it? If he went wading in today and said, Rishi Sunak...
Mate, start something better than that. Literally about your fridge.
If he went wading and said Rishi Sunak, son of a gun and all that, we'd all read it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want that, would you? Oh, dear. Right, well, we'll leave old Boris. We'll come back to him later.